What's going on, everybody? This your man Lucky. I'm back with another one. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about emotional intelligence. Listen, fellas, let me explain something to you, okay? You will never, ever, ever be viewed as a masculine man if you do not have emotional intelligence, okay? That's number one. You will never be viewed as masculine if you cannot master your emotions, okay? If you do not have emotional intelligence. The second thing is you will never have much success with women if you cannot master your emotions, because if you can't master your emotions, guys, it's viewed as weakness, okay? And women do not like a weak man. They're not attracted to a weak man, period, point blank. So let me get into it. What exactly is emotional intelligence? Okay, so emotional intelligence is it's like a fancy word for basically being able to regulate, having the ability to be able to regulate your emotions, okay? Now listen, as men, we were not taught how to deal with our emotions, right? We were taught to be tough, be strong, don't show your emotions and things of that nature, right? From the time that we were little, and that stuck with us, and that's pretty much how we've been all our lives, right? But as you improve yourself, guys, as we improve, we self-improve, and we develop ourselves, you have to understand that that's just it's not good, right? So we were told not to show emotions and things of that nature, and so we just automatically don't deal with or don't process our emotions. We take it in, we hold it in, we hold it inside so that it's not shown, and that's just it. But what we don't realize is when we do not deal with our emotions, it begins to build up inside of us, and that is problematic. We don't see it because to us, that's just what it is. We don't know any better, right? Until we begin to tap into that side of us. Most of us haven't tapped in. Most of us probably won't tap in because of, quote unquote, like, I guess, the cliche that women are emotional and men are logic. And so at the end of the day, men are just only supposed to be logical, period, point blank. But that's not how it is, okay? It took me time to realize it. And that's pretty much why I'm doing this video, to let you guys know that you must be emotionally intelligent. Number one, if you want to be viewed as masculine. If you want to be masculine, masculine men have emotional intelligence. Number two, if you want to have as much success as possible with your woman, okay, dealing with women, you must be emotionally intelligent. Women do not like a man that's always in his feelings, okay? And like I said, feelings and emotions and stuff, that stuff builds up inside of you. And then it builds up pressure. And as you know, pressure busts pipes. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're the type of guy that's, always angry, always upset, or maybe you passive aggressive, meaning like you just like to say slick stuff, or just things of that nature. If somebody disrespects you, you ready to fight. Your woman say something sideways, and you next thing you know, you arguing with her, and it's a whole big thing, guys. That more than likely that's because you're just not emotionally intelligent. You have a lot of stuff built up inside of you, and we don't know how to process it, right? So I'm gonna give you right now in my opinion, three key elements to being emotionally intelligent, guys. And I'm telling you right now, if you have a woman in your life, if you want her to stick around, you have to be able to work on that, because I'm telling you, if you're the type of guy, like I said, you like to argue all the time, or when she say something, you just quick to snap at her and things of that nature, women don't really tend to stick around. They don't tend to stick around for that type of guy. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful, okay? So listen, I'm gonna give you, in my opinion, okay, I'm gonna give you the three of the key elements needed to be able to master your emotions, right? For you guys, for us as men to become more emotionally intelligent, right? So one of the key elements, guys, is empathy. Now, I'm gonna just be honest. I have never, at no point in time in my life, ever been empathetic. Well, I'm not gonna say ever, but I mean, for the most part, me dealing with women, I've never really been empathetic with, a woman's feelings and what she's going through, right? I've tried to kind of like, yeah, I understand, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But being empathetic, right, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, right? So, with me being, I don't know, emotionally unavailable, or whatever you want to say. With me being that, when when I've had my woman coming to me with something emotional that she has going on, I look at it from my point of view, and I'm like, well, why are you feeling like that? You shouldn't feel like this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at everything from my point of view. And I've never been able to like kind of sit back and look at it from her point of view and be able to be in a situation or position where, okay, I can feel what you're feeling. Okay. When you're empathetic and you can feel what someone else is feeling, typically your outlook on the situation is going to be a little bit different. Like the way that you're going to handle the situation, the way that you're going to go about it is going to be a lot different. You have to think of it like this. For those of you that have kids or have ever dealt with kids in any way, shape, or form, whether it be, younger family members and stuff like that, right? Let's just say they're going through a situation, maybe at school, I don't know, with a bully, or just something at home. They want a toy that they can't play with, or just whatever the situation, right? At some point in time, as an adult, you've been a child before. And so you know what it's like when maybe you're at school and you're being, you were at school and you were being bullied, or, you were at school and you saw someone who was being bullied, or, they want to go outside or go hang out with their friends, but they can't go outside and hang out with their friends, and so they're upset, right? You can empathize with them because you've been a child before. Maybe you wanted to go outside and play with your friends, and your parents didn't let you go outside and play with your friends, right? So you're in a much the situation that you're in, you're really empathetic toward what that child is feeling because you can share that same feeling. And so the way you handle the situation, is from a place of compassion. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just, it really shouldn't be just, toughen up. And, it is what it is. Like, you got to get away from that, right? You have to be empathetic and be able to feel what someone is feeling. And so when you're dealing with your lady, fellas, I mean, it just is what it is. You have to be empathetic and you have to feel what it is that she's coming to you and saying. You have to be able to feel what it is that she's feeling so that you can address the situation from as if you were in her shoes. You can't just address it like you as an outsider looking in and just saying, well, if it was me, I would do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and this is how you should handle the situation and all of that. Nah, you have to fall back, be empathetic, and feel what she's feeling. And so that connection, like you'll have a connection, like, and she'll be able to feel like, okay, yeah, he understands where I'm coming from, as opposed to he's just throwing out a problem, a situation to the problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's different. So to be emotionally intelligent, one of the key elements that you need is you have to be, in my opinion, you have to be empathetic, okay? This will get you a lot further, a lot longer when you're dealing with women. Trust me, I'm telling you. It is what it is, right? The next thing, guys, the second key element, in my opinion, to being emotionally intelligent is self-awareness. As a man, guys, you have to know what triggers you. You have to know what is going to basically what's going to piss you off. You understand what I'm saying? You have to know yourself, okay? Knowing yourself is knowing your emotions. You have to know what triggers you, right? So triggers are what set off emotions. What's going to make you mad? What's going to make you happy? What's going to make you sad? Okay. All of those things are emotions. Mad, sad, happy, fear, whatever. All of those things are emotions. And so you have to be in touch with your own emotions before you can help your lady deal with her emotions. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give you the keys, man, so you can have success when dealing with women, because a lot of men like to say women are the problem. Oh, women this, women that. You know what I mean? Always shifting the blame. Okay, and I get it. I do. I totally get it. But at the end of the day, if you're a masculine man, right, you in your full masculinity and you holding frame, you don't just point the finger. Okay, a masculine man, you're able to look within yourself and say, okay, hold on. How can I take control of this situation? You understand what I'm saying? When you have emotional intelligence, it's you putting yourself in control of certain situations. See, what you must understand is that when you have emotional intelligence, you're able, to influence, you're able to influence your woman's behavior. You understand what I'm saying? See, if she feels emotionally connected to you, y'all have that emotional connection. You understand what I'm saying? And she feels that you genuinely care about whatever it is that she's going through. I promise you, you'll be in a much better situation. I'm just gonna put it like that, okay? So self-awareness, guys. The second key element is self-awareness. You must understand what it is that triggers you. You have to know, you have to be in tune with your own feelings. You have to know what motivates you. You have to know your desires. You have to know those things. You have to be self-aware. See, because you have to know, like, you in a situation with your lady and she says something to you and it's an instant trigger, right? It's a trigger. You have to know, like, okay, here we go. You have to be able to process that feeling that you have in you and be able to say, okay, you know what? Say to your note to self, like, hold on, okay, this is a trigger right here. Let me take a couple deep breaths. And then say to her, well, hold on a second. Let me, can we talk about this later? Or, you understand what I'm saying? Just, you have to know that it's a trigger for you, and you have to know that it's going to affect you in some way, shape, or form, how you go about trying to handle that situation, okay? If you don't know what triggers you, guys, you're always going to be popping off. Every time your woman does something that you might think is disrespectful, you're going to pop off. Every time she says something to you that you think is, kind of out of the way, you're going to pop off, right? Women don't like that. That is a sign of weakness. That shows that you in your feelings. You don't have control of your emotions. And for long term, it's not going to work. That's just what it is, okay? You have to be able to process your emotions. And I'm telling you, especially when it comes to long-term relationships, man, when you start holding all that stuff in, you lose the ability to effectively solve problems, because you get so triggered because you got all of this stuff built up inside that you quick to just jump. You understand what I'm saying? And you scare women away. They don't like that. That's a sign of weakness, okay? So you got to be self-aware, guys. You cannot help a woman with her emotions if you can't help yourself with your own. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot help a woman with her emotions if you cannot help yourself with your own. That's just what it is. Women look to men for strength. And I'm just going to give you my opinion. I feel that women are emotional, and because they're emotional, they're kind of like unstable, right? I know I'm probably going to catch heat for this, right? But I'm just saying, women look to men for what they themselves don't have, right? So if a woman knows, like, emotionally, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of here and there and whatever, then they're going to be attracted to a man who is emotionally stable. You understand what I'm saying? So that man balances the woman out. You get what I'm saying? Relationships, you got to understand, relationships are all about leverage. You understand what I'm saying? So a woman is not going to be attracted to a man who is just as emotionally unstable as she is. I'm just saying. Let me get back on track. Okay. So again, self-awareness, man, that's the second key element that I believe is necessary for us men to, be emotionally intelligent. Okay. So the third thing is logic, man. And we already have this. Most of us have this, right? So you have to be logic in your thinking, right? You have to use logic to be able to solve a problem, right? Men are with women because women need problems solved. You understand what I'm saying? That's what women rely on their men for, to solve problems. You understand what I'm saying? Men, we have to be able to logically solve problems, but we have to look at the entire situation, analyze the situation, and then solve the problem. But again, when you're dealing with women, you have to, you kind of got to do it in a way to where you understanding her emotions, and then you're getting you're analyzing the entire situation, and you're able to put in place a plan to solve the problem. Now, a lot of people might be like, "Oh man, you got to go through all that and all this and all this." Listen, listen, it's up to you. I'm just giving you the key elements to being emotionally intelligent to help you have better luck with women, have better results with women, be a little more successful with women, your woman, or whatever the case may be. You don't have to like it, but it just is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Stop complaining. As men, we complain all the time, man. Stop complaining and solve the problem. That's what we are as men. You got to recognize what the problem is. It's real easy to blame women for the things that they do. It's very easy. Women do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But for the men who are most successful with women, these men understand how women operate. They understand what women are looking for, okay? And they know how to adapt and adjust. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Stop complaining. You know what I mean? So again, emotional intelligence. The 3 key elements, in my opinion, to being emotionally intelligent. Number 1, empathy. I just totally believe that that's like the key to it. You have to be able, when you're dealing with your woman, you have to be able to feel, you know what I mean, what it is that she's feeling. It's okay. I understand we were taught not to, be show emotions and stuff like that. And I stand by that. But there's more to the story than just not showing your emotions, okay? You have to be able to know your emotions. You have to be self-aware. You have to be able to feel your emotions and be able to process your emotions. That's why so many men are so angry out here, because they have all of this stuff built up inside. And I'm telling you, you have to release that. That's why some guys have such a temper, like real quick, they just pop off. Why? Because they have no more room in them for any, emotion. They can't process it because there's no room. So when something comes in, something has to go out. Boom. You understand what I'm saying? As soon as something comes in, boom, they have to let it out. Guys, listen, I'm telling you, you got to be emotionally intelligent. So dealing with your women, you have to be empathetic, okay? You have to be able to understand and share her feelings as well. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. You have a woman, you in a long-term relationship, whatever the case may be, there's nothing wrong with being empathetic. It's fine, okay? Again, second thing, self-awareness, guys. You got to be self-aware, period, point blank. You have to understand what triggers you. You have to understand that you have emotions and you might have some stuff inside of you built up, believe it or not, for years and years and years and years. And it's just been piling up, man. I'm going to do a video on passive aggressiveness because I was told that I was passive aggressive. And at the time, I really didn't know too much about passive aggressive behavior. I didn't know nothing about it. And I started like kind of doing research. Once I was told I was passive aggressive, I started doing research and I was like, wow, because it had a lot to do with, things that I was holding, you know what I'm saying, inside, you know what I mean? And I would hold grudges and stuff like that. And that's like unprocessed feelings, you know what I'm saying? Unprocessed emotions and stuff like that, guys. It's not good, okay? So that self-awareness, and next, man, like I said, logic, man. You take all of that, take your self-awareness, be empathetic to the situation and come up with a solution. And unfortunately, a lot of us men are not emotionally intelligent, and we need to work on that, okay? So look, guys, listen, when dealing with women, if you know how to effectively regulate your emotions, then in turn, you will be able to effectively regulate her emotions, okay? Regardless of what y'all may think, man, if you with a woman, you in a long-term relationship, whatever the case may be, that woman is going to follow your lead, okay? She's only going to follow your lead if you can show strength. One of the ways that you show strength is by being able to manage your emotions. If all day long you complain, you cry about this, and always something, and you can't hold back your temper, and it's just always something, that's not a show of strength. A woman is not going to respect that. She's not going to respect you as being a strong man because you're so emotional. They don't like that. Eventually, a woman is going to lose attraction. Period. It is what it is. A woman is going to be like, yo, why am I with you? I'm emotionally unstable myself. Why am I with you? I'm with you to hold me down emotionally, and you're not doing that. But so what happens is a woman is just going to be unattracted to that. And over time, man, she's going to lose attraction for you. She's going to lose respect for you. And it just is what it is. This is one of the problems that men run into when it comes to long-term relationships. You know what I'm saying? Just because over time, guys, you don't deal with your emotions. You don't set boundaries. And so maybe some of the things that bother you, some of the boundaries or some of the things that bother you, you don't address them, and it sits inside of you. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, your woman, your wife, whatever the situation, has disrespected you. You felt like it was disrespect, whatever, but you didn't address it, right? And you hold that inside, and eventually you start to become weak because you can't show emotional intelligence. You're not mastering your emotions because you got all of this stuff built up, and then every time something new happens, there's no more room. You don't process it. And it just gets ugly over time. And she begins to view you, you know what I'm saying, as weak. You understand what I'm saying? She begins to lose attraction for you. And then she starts to lose respect for you, and everything just goes downhill, guys. So I'm telling you, you have to be emotionally intelligent when you're dealing with women, especially long term, guys. It's okay. Again, I'm not saying to get out here and start crying and boo hoo and all of that stuff, but I'm telling you, as a man, right, as a masculine man who's able to master his emotions, I promise you, as a man who can master your emotions, you have a huge influence over how a woman is going to view you. And in turn, you have a huge influence over how a woman is going to treat you, okay? Men who have emotional intelligence have better success with women than men who do not have emotional intelligence, period. That's just what it is. Okay, guys? Look, I'm going to cut this one short. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the key elements of being able to master your emotions, having emotional intelligence. Again, first one is empathy. Second one is self-awareness. And the third one is logic. These are the three key elements. In my opinion, there are probably some more elements, to, being able to master your emotions. But these are the three key elements that, I wanted to put out there. And I just wanted to share with you guys, man. It's okay to be in tune with your emotions. Now, getting out here and just really showing your emotions and being all emotional and all of that, I got my own opinion on that. But being able to process your emotions, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You have to. It leads to mental health issues. You understand what I'm saying? Because it builds up and builds up and builds up. It's just not good. Okay, fellas. So I'm gonna cut this one short. I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.